guys with my presence here, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even be here. I don't waste my time talking about this and that. Like I said, I don't play boxing. This isn't what I do. If I'm gonna talk, then I'm gonna be about what I say. If I've been about it since day one, I'll be about it to the day I die. Since I'm in this ring, I don't play. I come to kill, murder, and destroy. So anybody that try to talk, do all this talking, we just seen previous time over and over and over again when people have yapped their mouth what happened in that ring. So when he get his weight up, and I ain't talking about his body weight, when he get his weight up, then he gonna see me. Until then, the king just gonna look down over all these peasants because he already know what happened. I can set an example one time when I whooped his ass up in the ring when I took him when he was talking that shit years ago. I set the example one time, gave him a concussion, sent him to the hospital for 5 hours, then sent his ass home. I changed the pamper then, but when he get his weight up and it's time to fight, I'm gonna change the pamper again. But this time I'm gonna spank that with bare pamper, with bare skin on, and then I'm gonna put that pamper on and send his ass back home. Until then, I ain't got nothing else to say, because there ain't nothing else to say. He can't make no money. I can give him money, but he can't make no money for me. And that's why y'all just to get a big payday. But when it comes to me, when it comes to fighting the champs, yeah, you're gonna get money, but you're gonna pay half for it to your hospital bills, and I promise that. So when you get your weight up, holler at me then. Until then, be solid. And then wait your turn.
Okay, it's your boy Big Ray Shot of Brooklyn, the real Brooklynite himself, the real warrior. Ain't no champ, no kindergarten book writing sucker. This toothpick leg mother sucker keep fighting these bums. Over 15, overrated. I don't know where they came from, a taxi cab driver to cooking in the McDonald's fried kitchen. Let me tell you something, homeboy. When you see me, whatever happened in Alabama was Alabama. Let me tell you something. I was out of shape, still got in your ass. The worse than a porno star on a Tuesday night. But when it come to me, you gonna run into the real deal. I ain't no Alpha Spilka. I ain't no Eric Molina. I'm gonna do some day one. I ain't no failed basketball player. I ain't no failed football player. I've been eating motherfuckers alive since I was freaking 2, motherfucker. So let me tell you something. When you run into me in that ring, you gonna run into the real deal. I'm gonna back you up, beat the living out you, and I'm gonna crush your confidence. And I might take my side piece back if I want. But let me tell you something, boy. When you run into me, you gonna run into something real. And I might even retire your ass at the end of the night. And trust me, after I finish your ass, I'm gonna finish Tyson and Anthony Joshua. I ain't gonna run like y'all bunch of pussies. Y'all running from each other, so y'all fighting each other. And don't worry about I'm gonna finish perfecting for you since you don't want that work. You wanna fight Cristiano, take an easy payday. But I'm telling you right now, when Big Baby Miller steps on the scene, the world's greatest heavyweights back on the scene, fresh out of best star Brooklyn, they gonna chant my name. So don't ever come back to Brooklyn in my city. Cause nobody respect a tight pants wearing, polyester suit, turquoise and blue, granny swagger like, pantyhose wearing sucker like you. Cause trust me, when the real dudes step up, the whole world gonna know. Big Baby's here to stay, baby. Brooklyn. Listen to me. Trust me. Trust me. Please call my name. Just call my name. We get that contract.
When it's time to call my name. He can't handle my name. He can't handle my name. He can't handle Fury nor Job. So he can get stuff. This ain't nothing but a call out to get money.
And there is Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and Jerrell Miller going back to back, face to face, audio to audio. And let me counterpunch. First of all, people, this video is 6 or 7 years old. Okay? You can tell from the references, from the people, the opponents, Povetkin and Spilka and guys like that. Those are fighters from a long time ago. Those guys are not even fighting now. And him talking the way Deontay was talking, that sounded like a Deontay from a long time ago, because I haven't heard that type of energy from Deontay in a very, 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 very long time. And as far as Jerrell Miller, he hasn't missed a step, but him talking about the Alabama sparring session and stuff like that, that stuff is ancient history. But what isn't ancient history, though, is the Telly Swift thing. Like, hey, yeah, I can take my side piece back from you if I wanted to. He was talking about Telly Swift. So, yeah, that's been going around for a long time. And I think if Jerrell Miller uses it, and he's been using it for a very long time, I think, and I know what Wilder is doing or trying to do, but I think he should come out with it. He should talk about it. because the last thing you want to do is let the elephant linger in the room, and that's what Deontay's doing. You know, because he's never addressed that about anybody, you know, or anything concerning Jerrell Miller or Taylor Swift's past to confirm nor deny. Again, I know what he's doing. He's trying not to talk about it because he's not trying to give it energy or give it weight, but Jerrell Miller has already done that by the help of 50 Cent. So I don't see why he should just keep that inside, because maybe helping talking about it could help. In fact, I think it should, you know, if she really did something like that, if she had a relationship with Jerrell Miller, I think it shouldn't be a big enough thing not to talk about. You know what I mean? You don't want that to be the passive discussion that don't happen. It's happening all around you, but you're not addressing it. You know what I mean? Because it was meant for a diss towards Deontay Wilder. Like, hey, I had your girl first. Which a lot of people would think that's kind of lame or childish. But at the same time, the shit gets news. You know. And people start really looking at the character of his ex. Which I think people should start looking at a lot of things, especially based on an ongoing case right now against Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder had a restraining order against him, and they got to go to court and all that if they ain't already been. You know, so, but yeah, this video though, people, this shit is prehistoric. So, you know, I know it's just been released and people want you to believe that this shit happened yesterday. No, the only thing that happened yesterday was the repost of that video, or the day before. But that video's old as dust, okay? But it just shows you they're still talking about fighting. And, you know, I'm glad, though, to discuss that video for a second. I'm glad that Deontay Wilder has changed his mind, because he was calling people peasants. Remember, he was calling Dillian White and people that weren't champs peasants. You remember he was doing that? So he was looking down on those type of fights. Now, though, those fights are looking more realistic to him, because he's no longer the king or the champion or whatever. So you're right along with these guys that you claim that you're better than. So if you know that you're better than those guys, talking about slapping the F out of them and all that stuff, I would say fight those dudes. Jerrell Miller versus Deontay Wilder should happen. I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep on saying it. It should happen. The fight should happen, because two guys have beef beyond the competitive level or who wants to become champion. No. This goes deep. You know, the ties that bind type shit, because Jerrell Miller, is still claiming that he bust Taylor Swift. And that she has recently been calling him, which makes it real bad. You know what I mean? But again, you have to question the integrity of her, especially, you know, when it comes down to certain things like that. You know, it's like, okay, you're not with her anymore, but at the same time, if you claim that you never done anything, you know, and I know they've had secret, private conversations about, hey, did you get with this guy, Jerrell Miller? I sparred him and I put him in the hospital, but did you get with him before I did? What kind of person are you? Are you a groupie? Things like that. If it ain't been discussed, that's what should have been discussed. But, you know, but again, we can't confirm or deny. We just hear what we hear. We hear what Jerrell Miller says, and we hear what Wilder say. But, you know, I think they should fight. I think people, you know, if they are good like they claim, fights like Jerrell Miller must happen. You see what I mean? It can't all be Danny Dubois and, you know, guys like that. No, I think Jerrell Miller is a guy, he's vocal enough, charismatic enough to sell fights, to sell himself, to sell an idea. And if he is what people claim, a 300-pound Devin Haney, okay, well, show us. You know, slapping the F out of him is not going to get you paid either, Deontay. But you guys tell me what you think of this restored, or should I say resurrected video that had just posted claiming it's recent, which it is not, people. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys may counterpunch. Peace!